Hi, I'm Vishal. In this video tutorial, we would be seeing a car light setup with V-Ray in Maya software. So right now I've got this scene with me, which is a car model Chevrolet Camaro, which is downloaded from internet from unknown source. Um, so firstly, I would like to set some V-Ray settings here. The image size, convert image to sRGB, use V-Ray frame buffer. Generally we do that for the linear workflow, that convert sRGB thing. I would like to set the subdivisions here to 2, the maximum subdivisions, as I'm going to do some test renders. I would like to set up HDR images for global illumination, reflection, and refraction. So firstly, I would like to connect that into GI texture with a file node. I've got a set of studio HDR images with me. These studio HDR images can be easily downloaded from internet. There is a set of such HDR images. By the keyword studio HDRs, you would get it. There are some shaders. I'm deleting that shaders from Hypershade. So this file one is the HDR which I've connected for GI. I'm doing that for reflection and refraction as well. In V-Ray shader, as I'm going with linear workflow, in diffuse color, I would like to connect gamma correct node, and whatever the color I pick, for that I'll use a gamma correction of 0.454 in red, green and blue channels. So in the value, the color is the color which you want on the object. So right now I want the gray, and I'm using a very rectangle light here. The light setup is very simple. As I've seen so many photo shoot references, I've seen much of the area lights used in studio setup for the car, and that's the main reason why I'm using rectangle light in this case. It's area light in regular Maya software. It is here rectangle light. Intensity multiplier, I'll set it to 10, and subdivisions of the shadow, I'll be setting it to 16 for time being. That generally controls the noise in the render. I'll enable global illumination, and I've got primary bounces, secondary bounces. In secondary bounces, I'll change it to the right cache. We have primary bounce settings and secondary bounce settings. We'll do that at the final render stage. So let's hit the render. That looks fine. Here this option is to show the image in sRGB. Generally earlier it was not showing in sRGB. That's the reason why the image looked a little bit dark. And even when I just send this image to Maya frame buffer, even it sends the sRGB corrected image, because that is a setting which I've done in the render settings here. Right now what I'm doing is selecting all the geometry to assign a material, basically the car body material I'm looking for. That's the reason I'm selecting all the relevant geometry here. The material I would like to assign is V-Ray car paint material here. This assign new material dialog can be opened with the keyboard shortcut Shift T. Right now the render what I'm getting is not appropriate. I mean the color of the car. The reason for that could be the base color in the V-Ray material is directly color picked. Instead, I would suggest to take a gamma correct and then assign a color. That's not a linear color basically. It looks very flat gray. So let's pick this color, and the reason I've color picked is it stores in history. Later I'll just go to utilities, gamma correct node, and change the gamma to 0.454. I took a preset there, that's the reason it just assigned. Now you could see the color of the car is more relevant to what I've picked, more same to what I've picked there. The dots are generally the flakes. Let's see the bumblebee color. Storing in the Maya frame buffer and then rendering back. That looks great, but flex color has not been changed. You have some options to control the flake color, size, density, glossiness, orientation, and so on. So you can control them to achieve a car paint material. Mostly the base color would be darker version and flake color would be a bit lighter version. Let's control the flake scale and density. Every time I'm doing it is I'm storing it to my frame buffer. I got some decent flakes there. The history of renders what I've picked here, educating myself how things are used while rendering and all. So once in a while I just open task manager and see. Yeah, let's try blue color now. You know, car paint material has this metallic paint effect, so I'm just seeing trying different colors and see which color looks good in metallic paint and all. So as I don't have any specific requirement over color. I'm playing with the colors. Maybe we'll pick the gamma correct here also. I changed the flake size earlier. I should have not touched it, and yeah, we'll fix it back again. Yeah, that works fine. This time I'm getting much better metallic paint, metallic flakes there. So I'll just keep on assigning shaders to all of the body parts. Right now I'm doing it for the glass. It's a simple V-Ray material with refraction color white, refractive index value 1.6, and affect shadows option on. So that should give me a decent glass render. Reflections are missing in the glass, so I'll just go and add a bit of reflections. Reflection color white and reflection amount is 0.1. These both are inter multiplied and the final result is taken. So you can reduce any of this above options. Generally, the color and the amount are to support tint and amount, so that's the reason there are two options. Now it's okay. So I just keep on doing this way until I get the right shader for every object. So I've just assigned shaders to the all objects here. You could see it's a simple shader work, nothing deeply done within the textures. So this is the the shader ready model, and in render settings what I would like to cover at this level is I'll talk about convert image to sRGB in render view. Generally in linear workflow we get the render in linear sRGB color space. So I just want to convert that into an sRGB so that I can see it, because linear images are not ready for seeing directly. They are we have to take them into Nuke or any other compositing software, work there, and then you just render in sRGB. But here I'm not going to the post at this level, so I'm saying don't convert this image to sRGB. um, I mean, I can't see the image correctly, so I'm saying convert it and use V-Ray frame buffer. It uses the V-Ray frame buffer, which is this one. And the camera is render cam, and the image size is 1280 by 720. And in the V-Ray, I would like to change the maximum subdivisions to 4 here, and anti-aliasing filter type to Catmull room. And generally when I was rendering, I was getting some blown out areas where I'm getting too much of lighting on the seat shader, the car interior shader. They are completely blown out. So uh, earlier it was set to a normal linear multiply, yes. So switching to a HSV exponential gives the fix for the solution, and it is a suggested setting for almost every render. I prefer to use HSV exponential for all my renders. And you know, I've taken HDRs here, and indirect illumination I'll enable GI. Irradiance map is a primary engine, light cache is a secondary engine. And here the current preset can be, you know, high, okay, or you can even put it to very high if you want. That gives a best quality irradiance map as per its settings. And if I just go down, you have light cache parameters where you could actually uh, use subdivisions of 964. It is some based on some mathematics of the width and height settings. So I've got for HD 964, and yeah, I'll just leave this other settings to the default, and I hit render. So after some time, the image would be like that. So this is what I've got in the final render. I've rendered this earlier only for the reason, you know, to save my render time. This is the final output, what I've got with the settings, what I've shown it to you. Everything looks pretty decent, and yeah, that's it for this session. I would like to share the render passes tutorial on this particular file. Very soon I'll be coming with that. Thank you very much.